Hey guys, it's Rug and Rami, and I just got back from the movie theaters, and I figured I would do a review on some of the movies that I've seen lately. So we have quite a few movies in the theater that I work at. We have Rock of Ages, Madagascar 3, Marvel Avengers, Men in Black 3, Prometheus, Snow White and the Huntsman, That's My Boy, and The Dictator right now. And I've seen four of them. I've seen Avengers, Men in Black, Snow White and the Huntsman, and The Dictator. So I'm going to start with the Avengers. I have mixed feelings about the Avengers. Parts of it was good, and part of it wasn't really good at all. Um, I like how some of the characters interact. I'm not going to do any spoilers, but you can definitely tell who has to fake relationships with certain characters and who just instantly got along with the other people who are playing the characters you're supposed to get along with. Besides that, I mean the action was pretty good. They could work a little bit on the visual effects. It was really obvious when the visual effects were being used and when actual acting was being done, which I mean is understandable for to an extent, but I feel like at some point it just becomes too much animation and not enough okay, there's this person in a suit now. But all in all, I like the Avengers. I mean, I'm a huge Marvel fan. Um, I mean, I've watched the X-Men like a million times. I love those movies. I do like Marvel and DC movies and stuff like that because I'm a huge superhero geek. It was a very good movie. I'd probably watch it again. I mean, I get to see it for free, but not entirely sure if I would buy it on Blu-ray or get the director's cut edition of it. I might buy it on normal DVD if it's on sale or something. It's definitely not one of the things I'll probably be adding to my collection though. It just didn't stand out that much to me. I did like the characters in it. It's just not my favorite type of Marvel. And then there's Men in Black 3. If you guys have seen either of the two Men in Blacks before it, you'll know that aliens is a big part of it. There's not as many different aliens in this one. It's definitely more one type person that is involved in it, which I actually liked a lot more than fighting three or four different types of things at once. So it's definitely more of a this is the storyline, this is what happened, this is why this is going on, which I actually like about this Men in Black. The first one, I definitely didn't like how there was four different aliens before we eventually got to the one that the story was about. So I like how right away they did set it off with one type of villain, I guess you would call them. And then there's Snow White and the Huntsman, which is the one that I just went to go see tonight with my boyfriend. I was on the line about seeing this movie because I do not like Kristen Stewart. No, is that her name? Yeah, Kristen Stewart from Twilight at all. I can't stand her. I think that she does not have a very good acting range. I feel like when she smiles, the screen should have cracked because oh my god, she can smile. Um, but the visual effects of this movie definitely make up for the lack of acting on her part. I absolutely loved the visual effects of this movie. I was geeking out over the costumes the entire time. Like, if you just look at any of the trailers for Snow White and the Huntsman, you will see that the Evil Queen's costumes are pretty much just decorated with death and darkness, which was amazing. Um, Again, I'm not going to do any spoilers, but there is definitely one character that did not need to be in the movie at all. It would not have changed the movie at all. it was just a pointless character. Um, Besides that, I did like the storyline. It was definitely more along the Grimm's fairy tales. I had also seen Mirror Mirror, which is based off the book um, by the same person who wrote the book that the musical Wicked was based off of. He has like a whole series of like other side of the fairy tales and popularly known stories. So like Wizard of Oz would be Wicked, Snow White would be Mirror Mirror, that sort of thing. And that movie was more so based off of that. I definitely liked this one a lot more than I liked Mirror Mirror. Um, I feel like it was a lot more involved in like an eye pleasing way. In Mirror Mirror is more like, okay, here's the story. We're not really gonna impress you with all these like visual effects. Like there was a few scenes in Mirror Mirror that it was like, wow, that's really pretty, but in Snow White and the Huntsman, it was like every scene was like, wow, I like that. I like something in that like scene. Well, most of them anyway. I mean, there's one where she's like, everyone knows the story of Snow White, where she's like locked up in the tower before like the queen like wants her dead, and then she runs away and then comes back and like defeats the queen. When she was locked up, there wasn't really anything truly like visually stimulating in those scenes, but I mean, come on, it's a prison cell. Like you're not really gonna expect like gold bars in a prison cell. Um, but I really did like that movie. Again, probably wouldn't buy it on Blu-ray, but I might buy it on DVD. I mean, it was pretty nice, even if it's just for me to put it on silent and watch through it to see all the amazing visual effects in it. But it was a pretty good movie, so I would consider buying that one. And then there's Dictator. I've not seen any of the other movies by the person who has done this. I think my boyfriend said he did like Bruno and stuff like that, and I haven't seen any of those movies, so I don't really have anything to compare it to. But I did like The Dictator. I wouldn't buy the DVD, but it was pretty funny. It was really humorous. In case you guys don't know what The Dictator is about, it's about a dictator who comes to America and like pretty much loses his identity, and it's about his struggle in like the new world and like dealing with the differences between what he lived with like in his country to what's different about America, and like it's all about like him changing and stuff. But it had like humor sprinkled in like the entire thing. Um, if you guys have ever seen the Scary Movie movies, the I think she's blonde in those movies is in that too, and she has like short hair. I instantly recognized her. You guys probably do too. She had a few funny parts as well, but obviously the main character had the most funny parts of it. Um, so I mean, it was all right. I mean, I'm not gonna like go out and buy it, but if I had to see it again, I might. I would definitely see Snow White again, though. I like that movie, and I think I'd pass on seeing the Avengers again, even if I got to see it free. My boyfriend wants to go see it again, but
If
there's
you're gonna
always
look at me while you're doing that video, I understand why you like movies like Snow White, even though you weren't gonna see it at all, just because Kristen Stewart. But how dare you tear down the greatest movie that's come out in like 7 or 8 years? It's better than all three Spider-Mans put together, and it's better than every X-Men movie,
no,
all
it's
four
not.
of them.
No, it's
Yes, it
not.
is.
No, it's not.
X-Men doesn't come close
Anyway,
to the book. Not even
anyway,
close. Hugh Jackman's
I,
over 6 feet tall.
I won't watch. I won't watch it again because there's always new movies coming out, and I figure why would we watch the same movie again when we can just go watch something else? But, I mean, he'll probably wind up buying it, so I'll probably wind up watching it again.
Yes, you will.
And it won't be me buying it, so I'll watch it with him. But
Hulk smash.
I rather watch new movies when I go to see them for free at the theater. I just don't see any point of watching the same movie again for free when there's something like else that I can see that I like or think I might like. So the next thing I am planning on seeing is Rock of Ages because I'm really not interested in seeing Madagascar. I hear that freaking song all the time. Every day at work. Oh my god, I hate that song. That is like the most annoying crap ever. So I do not want to see that movie at all. Like, all of the little kids who sing that song have ruined that movie for me. I did not want to see it to begin with. I definitely don't want to see it now. And I don't really care about Prometheus. I've never seen either one of the two Alien movies. I just have no interest in it. I didn't watch Battleship either. I'm not interested in watching Battleship. I think that's actually out of our theater now, which is good, because that was just ridiculous. What else? I don't really think I'm going to see That's My Boy either. That's My Boy is pretty much Adam Sandler, like, has a son and doesn't really spend any time with him, and then his son goes to get married and he comes and pretty much crashes his wedding. That's what That's My Boy is about. Like, no, I'm good. Adam Sandler hasn't really been on top of his game, like, at all, and I'd rather not waste my time with a movie that I know I probably won't enjoy. So that's my thoughts on it. So Rock of Ages is definitely next, and obviously I'm looking forward to that since I've been dressing up for it all weekend at my job. So I have to wait, I think, another week before I can see that. So probably when the new movies premiere, I'll be able to watch Rock of Ages. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I will tell you guys about that after I see it. So bye guys!